the director of the documentary to be Takei on her fascination, and maybe obsession, with the imprisoned 5-year-old turned Star Trek star turned cultural icon. The film will be available on VOD platforms, iTunes, and select theaters this Friday, August 22nd. People often ask me why I was interested in making a documentary about George Takei. I think that's a funny question because I can't imagine why anyone wouldn't want to. However, here's my usual answer. Initially, I was a Star Trek fan. I loved the original series, in reruns, when I was a child. Before I understood the political elements, I loved it for the colorful, shameless theatricality. I did learn later that political issues explored in Star Trek ranged from the Cold War to civil rights, and I loved the show even more when I realized the depth behind it. Outside of Star Trek, I knew almost nothing about George Takei. It had certainly never occurred to me what his sexual orientation might be. In 2005, I became aware of George when he publicly announced that he was gay. George came out, at age 68, as a response to California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger's veto of legislation that would have legalized marriage for same-sex couples in California. George wanted to participate honestly in the struggle for marriage equality. He thought that this would be the end of his acting career, but almost immediately, George became a prominent LGBT activist. I started noticing his voice on news shows and became very charmed by his style of activism.